Andy, here we are. Here we are.
Yep.
On the Zoom.
Our
Back
third
to the good old days.
podcast recording of this week. Because obviously we were in the Outer Banks, which all classic episode. Everybody's talking about it. Reddit's going crazy for it. And then of course our big follow up was going to be the van episode.
Yeah.
Obviously there were technical issues because it would have been too easy if there weren't. So just a lot of shoots. Just a lot of shoots, not a lot of ladders these days.
A lot
you
of
know
ladders.
what I'm saying?
Yeah. A lot of shoots, not a lot of ladders.
You know which comic book just fell? I just put these up
Daredevil.
today. Daredevil number 7, first appearance of Stiltman. So that's literally...
Yeah. Oh, that's the one that fell?
Yeah, my heart is broken. So I have to resend it into CGC, which I've never sent anything to them before.
Wow.
So it's literally the shattered piece of my heart. Yeah, a lot of shoots, not a lot of ladders, pal. That's
a lot of shoots, brother. A lot of shoots.
That's the way it is. But I did. So I got, this Magneto helmet's been featured on here before, and I think probably the Iron Man one too, because that was in the background. I've got this Star-Lord one. You want to see my newest one though?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, let's see it.
Huh?
Who is it?
I'll show you.
Who is it?
I'll show you.
Okay. Uh-oh. Where's he going? He's going off camera. Is he putting it on? Uh-oh, it looks like he's putting it on. Oh, Lord. For those of you listening, this is not super entertaining, but tune into the YouTube channel and you will see Andrew doing Who the Hell's Know What. Who the hell knows what? We have no... Oh my God, Wakanda Forever. He goes full Wakanda Forever.
I didn't think that I can't hear what you're saying.
Oh, I know. You can't hear me.
Check this out, though.
That's all right. Wow. Let's see. Wow. Look at this guy.
How insane is that?
That's pretty neat. And it's got the electric charges. It uses the kinetic energy. So you've got the purple flashes. Wow, that's pretty serious. Can you breathe? Can't breathe very well in there, huh? You can't breathe very well.
It gets a little steamy. I'll tell you. Fucking shit. I'll tell you what, dude. It fits
Did
like
you drop it?
No, something else fell. Probably.
Jeez Louise. I know. I put the press on you here. I put the press on you. Last minute text. Hey, let's jump on.
No
knockouts from that beat.
Not at all. I'm glad we could do it, especially post ban. Oh, but luckily the who would win from that was saved, so we'll put that in.
So that'll be featured. And tune into YouTube. Check out what our van. Dude, honestly, we had a great van setup. That was a great RIP to that. The rest of that forgotten episode, because there were some great moments in that. It was the first time that I can think. Well, I guess both we recorded it kind of in front of a live studio audience there. Yeah. The Outer Banks episode and the Van Talk episode. That one was obviously much more intimate with our fans. Yeah,
Mom and Dad.
Much more intimate setting for the listeners. Yeah.
Yeah, it was funny. Just the way that stuff happens. Like, it was literally, sometimes it takes a little bit to warm up. And I would say we had 2 segments that I really, really liked. And it was like the second they were back to back, and it's like the second they started, no audio. And then the second they were both gone, I realized that something might be wrong.
And then the audio comes back in.
The first thing was like the yodeling thing. So it's literally, if you watch like the raw footage, it's like, yeah, look at all these hills, prime for a yodeler. Nothing, just absolutely nothing.
And then nothing. Good. I'm glad we got the yodeler discussion out of there. I don't want to do it again, because it wouldn't be as natural as it was the first time.
You can't.
Yeah, just so
you can't recreate. You can't recreate.
No, I'm not going to go that far. But I disavow yodeling.
Yeah, you got it all wrong, dude. You got to put some respect on the yodelers. I got to tell you, man, for being in the new house, which all my cool stuff, I moved to Georgia. I'm just saying that so that nobody tries to rob me. I live in Atlanta now. But my God, the natural light from this window, my skin looks pretty damn good, dude.
Yeah.
This might be the only episode, because usually I haven't tried to fix it. I think it just is the way it is. But like when we're in the studio, I mean, I have a naturally red complexion, but like I noticeably look worse than I think anybody on like the other side of the table. Like the lighting on that side of the table just is better. And
Okay.
so this might be the one episode where I kind of outshine you.
Yeah, I don't know about that, but I will say it's definitely you're glowing. You're glowing over there, Andy.
Thank you.
You've got a little touch of the Outer Banks sun mix in with a nice little shimmer coming through your new window.
Yeah.
And it's really working for you. It's really working for you.
Yep.
We'll leave it there.
When I was this just popped. When we were coming back from St. Louis in the tram or in the when I was coming back from St. Louis in the rent-a-car shuttle bus, we get in and this couple gets in with their kid who's like 5 years old. And the mom's like, okay, Leo, sit down on the bus. And the kid's in his pajamas. And this kid is a firecracker. I mean, he's bouncing around. He's going like crazy.
Hell yeah.
And they're like, okay, Leo, okay, calm down. Here we go. And he's like, when can I have a baby brother? When can I have a baby brother? And his mom is like, you are not getting a baby brother. And he's like, can I have a baby brother? And she goes, no. And he goes, I already have a baby brother. And she's like, no, you don't, and you're never getting one. He goes, but I already have a baby brother. And she goes, okay, what's his name? And he goes, Leo. He could only think of his name.
Oh, that was his name?
It was his name, dude. Which I did say at the beginning of the story for posterity. People paying attention.
Yeah, I remember you said his name, but I don't think I retained that information, assuming that it wasn't a relevant component of the story.
Oh,
like
this, by the way, Calypso lemonade.
The hell is that?
It's like peach lemonade. Guess what?
Southern peach lemonade.
Yeah.
Man.
Guess what? It's Celsius.
What?
I had
mixed it with Celsius?
No, I had a peach lemonade for lunch, and then I was coming over here, but I wanted to have a Celsius, so I put it in this bottle. And now I'm drinking Celsius out of this. It's like my version of, you know how Michael Jackson used to put like wine in Coke cans so that people didn't know he was like drinking? That's a fun fact about Michael Jackson because I don't know if you know this, but nobody knows why, but he spent a lot of time around like kids and stuff. So he would have...
Yeah, nobody knows why.
I mean, it's still a mystery to this day. So he would have like his handlers and stuff on his private plane or his assistant, whatever, pour wine into a can of Coke. And he would drink wine out of that because he didn't want to like negatively influence those kids, at least not in that way. So
I have a similar story to that, less on the sketchy side, but my hockey coaches growing up would fill their Tim Hortons cups with red wine to go on the bench to coach our games.
That's hilarious. Red
wine. And it looked like they were drinking coffee.
Yeah.
But they were just sipping on a vino.
That's insane.
That's all.
A 2018
Cadmus
Cabernet.
Sipping on a bottle of Josh. Yeah.
A bottle of Josh.
Yeah.
A little of the Josh
Sipping on a bottle of Josh.
I like the Josh Cab, man. It's really not bad. They serve it at a lot of like, little restaurants around here. It's like the go-to, like, it's a brand that's not too expensive, but
yeah, it got really popular on like the internet for some reason. I don't know why. I don't drink wine, so. Not only do I not drink wine, but like when we were just on vacation, every time somebody gets a wine, I'm always inclined, like I want to smell it. I always think about tasting it, and every time I taste it, I regret it. I'm like, why do I do that to myself? I know what it tastes like, and it's all ass. I know some people like it, but I personally don't.
You just gotta, cultivate your palate a little better.
See, here's the thing: is why would people? Oh, your palate's not sophisticated enough. So you're telling me I should just start drinking wine until I like it? Why? I don't like it. Like it's just not. I don't enjoy it. Why would I? Why force myself to enjoy it?
What other things are like that? Because that is, I feel like the most common thing that like wine drinkers, when they talk to somebody like you say, like you just have to keep drinking it. Like, what else is there that's like that? I think you make a great
I mean,
point.
it's probably pretty like alcohol heavy. Like I feel like beer is like a lot of people when they first drink beer probably like aren't obsessed with the way that it tastes. Like they
Right.
probably don't love it. You know what I mean? Which again, like I don't really like craft beer either. I'm not like an IPA guy. I'll there's a few that I don't mind, but I'd rather drink just a domestic,
Give me a
or an
cold
import if it's like a
Keystone, baby.
Corona.
Sure.
No, see, that's not. I mean, I did have a period of time in my life where that was definitely what I was reaching into the cooler for, but not anymore. I can't do that. That's too far. The
Wow.
last time I had Keystone, it was
You've
disgusting.
grown up before my very eyes.
I know. So there you go. There's my palate
You're on your way,
metamorphosis.
baby.
Yeah,
Do you remember what the first kind of beer you ever had was? Like what the first beer you ever had was?
I don't, but my friends and I,
Because I think
not the
mine's
first
tough to
beer we ever
beat.
had, but the we would it was definitely wasn't the first beer we ever had, but when we would like get beer when we were in like high school and stuff, we always wanted Budweiser, which like I don't know why because again, Bud Heavy is not a tasty beer. Like it's Bud Heavy, like
Yeah.
it's dense. That and Molson, like that same thing with Molson. Like Molsons are just so heavy to me. I don't know. I'm a light beer guy. Well, listen, you can say what you want about it, but that's who I am. I recognize who I am. That's all it is. So I don't know what the first beer I ever took a sip of was. Is that what you mean? Like,
Yeah. Or
yeah, I have no idea.
like the first one you had like
Full beer you
yeah,
had?
first full beer. Like, this is your can of beer.
Yeah, I don't know.
Really?
No.
Wow. I expected like most people do remember that. Maybe I just remember mine because it was so specific. But the first beer I ever had was Bud Light Lime. I was in
Was it
sixth
from our
grade or seventh grade.
Was it from our mother's fridge?
No, my friend's dad gave it to me, but not in a Michael Jackson way. We were
Yeah.
camping. Again, not in a Michael Jackson way.
Separate tense.
Separate. Oh God, that was the worst camping experience of my life. Again, not in a Michael Jackson way, but because we rented one of those cabins at Allegheny State Park where it's just four walls and like a roof and a floor, and it was hottest day of the summer, and I've never sleeping that night in that cabin, no airflow. There's one window that's like, this big and it slides open just a little bit. I, I've never, I don't consider myself a super religious person, Matthew, but I'd never prayed like that. Like, just God, give me just one little breeze. I was literally like in holes. That part where they're like, come on, little cloud, just cover the sun, just a little bit of shade. That was me in that cabin. I was like, Lord, just one gust of wind, and every little while one would come in, and oh my God, nothing felt. It was like taking a sip of water after a long walk in the desert. 3 days in the desert, man. Like it just felt so good.
Did you ever get your breeze? Did you ever get your breeze?
Yeah, the breeze came. The Lord did not fail me. That was a ladder, baby. That was a chute that led to a ladder for sure.
Yeah.
But it was so hot,
Yeah.
like there were a lot of flies, and when they landed near you and you went to shoo them, they just wouldn't move. So you could just, boom, flick them because it was so hot. The flies were just like so tired, I guess, or whatever, just lazy. Like it was
Tired
insane.
flies.
Yeah, it was insane.
Yeah. Well, no, I don't remember what it was. I don't know. I couldn't even attempt to tell you.
Yeah, that's all right. I
Yeah. What are you gonna do? Big beer guy. Big beer guy. That's what that means.
Luckily my home office here is almost entirely set up. I got all my bullshit on the walls and everything. It's kind of awesome,
You got
man.
your who's and what's it's galore.
Oh yeah, I got the you. Oh, you
Thingamabobs?
want you
You
want
got 20.
thingamabobs? I meant to ask you
Yeah.
earlier. You want thingamabobs? I got
You
20
got
thing.
20 of them?
Yeah, I got about 20. I got about 20 thingamabobs. Mm.
Sheesh!
My man, may I speak to you for a moment? I got about 20 thingamabobs that I know you're looking for. I know you're looking for thingamabobs.
Oh.
And I got them. I got them right here. Oh, dude.
Like those guys at the Galleria Mall that sell the shoe cleaner.
Yeah.
Let me show you one thingamabob. Let me show you one thingamabob. I guarantee you, if you see one thingamabob, you'll want to buy a full set of thingamabobs.
I love those guys.
I bought it one time.
Yeah, me too.
It's really freaking expensive.
They saw us coming a mile away.
Well, no, I had a pair of shoes on. I was actually at the mall looking for shoes, and I had a pair of shoes on that was very dirty, but I loved them. And he was like, it was right when the mall opened, so it was like 10:05 or something like that. I was the first guy this dude had seen all day. And he came up to me, and I knew that I, one, was needed new shoes, two, had very dirty shoes on, and like that was my problem. The reason I needed new shoes was because I had so many pairs of shoes that were like too dirty to get clean with what I had. Um, so he called me out and he's like, "Hey, let me show you something." So I'm like, "All right." So he does so I let him do the first shoe because I'm curious to see how it comes out. First shoe comes out fantastic, like great. And I said, "Dude, I'll be honest with you." I said, "I could probably use this. I will buy it right now, but I will only buy it if you can clean my second shoe as well." Because you know how they always only clean one shoe?
Yeah.
So I was like, if you can clean my second shoe here while I'm here so that this pair is just done, I will buy it to bring home and clean the rest of my shoes. But then this pair will be clean and I don't have to worry about it. And he was like, "I got you." Clean the second one, boom, bought it. And then he this is where he tried to get greedy. He tried to hit me with since you're my first customer of the day, if you want to buy 2 kits, I'll give you like $10 off the second one. And I was like, "Brother, I'm only one guy. I'm only buying 1 kit. I appreciate it. You drive a hard bargain, but it was like $70 to begin with. Yeah. I didn't need to be in the 140 range.
Gotta give it a shot,
just
man. Yeah, they got me because I had my Tim's on, and I was walking down the stairs, and that's right where the guy like had his setup.
Yeah, right by Lids.
Yeah, right by Lids. Mm-hmm. And he was like, "I see you've got those Tim's on," and keeping my Tim's clean is something that I take very seriously, which is a sentence I don't think people would expect me to say, but it's very, very true.
During the winter, you're a strictly Tim's guy.
Strictly Tim's through and through, and I like to keep them clean. So he got me on that, and he cleaned the first one because I like, you can waterproof them all you want, but you gotta.
They get salty and stuff like that.
It takes a little love.
Yeah.
You get to make it happen.
And his stuff did the work. His stuff did the job.
Yeah.
You use it to this day still?
No, I lost it. I have no idea where it is.
Did you ever use it?
Yeah, I used it.
Okay, how many times?
I don't know, a couple. I would use it like every day when I first bought it because I kept it in the office. So I would just, and this was when
be bored.
Yeah, well, this was when we first got the studio, and Emily wasn't working there, and we didn't have any of the other shows. So I would just sit there and like clean my shoes.
Nice.
8 hours a day, baby.
Yeah, hey.
Putting in
That's why you had the cleanest Timberlands around.
Yeah, goddamn right. Start that rumor. Please tell people that. I need the street
cleanest Timberlands around.
Yeah, I need the credit.
I gotta watch myself here. I'm watching my battery percentage. I should just plug myself in, but I can't. My charger's over there.
You don't have
what?
Matthew, I'm not even fully moved in this house. I already have my setup so that my
I haven't unpacked. I haven't unpacked my mobile setup because I'm from vacation because I'm leaving again tomorrow.
Oh, that's
right. I haven't. So all I did was pull my laptop out of my bag, and it turns out I was low on juice. I'm sitting at 15p right now.
Matthew.
What?
15%?
You don't like that?
It's going to be done in Matthew, 15%. When your laptop gets down to 15%, that means you've got like 3 minutes of juice left, and he's gone.
Really?
Yes. I don't know why.
I guess I never let my laptop get that. Like, my laptop's always plugged in, so I never really run across this issue.
Yeah, I don't know what it is, man.
Laptop never gets unplugged.
But don't you find that it will like happen with your phone sometimes too? Like if you keep it running, you get the 20% battery or whatever, or 10%. And it took you a while to get from 20 to 10, but it takes you no time at all to get from 10 to 0.
Or charge it.
All right, beautiful.
Yeah, sometimes I guess maybe. I don't know. I think my phone does better than most people's phones from 10 to 0%. Like a lot of people are like, when their phone's at 10, they're like, I can't even use it. It's just going to die. Me, I'm like, I can probably cook this thing down to I get it. Well, I would say because I have a good gap between 10 and 5. Like my 10 to 5% battery life is probably the strongest 5% of battery in my phone.
Yeah, that's a strong 5.
But you get once that 6 turns to a 5, yeah, then I'm cooking. Then I'm cooking with some serious peanut oil. But now, I mean, I was down to 14. I'm already back up to 15. I've gained another percent.
Yeah. Beautifully done. You got strong currents flowing through that house. That's the thing, man.
That's what I do, man. My electric just.
Yeah, I think the only thing that oh shit. So the reason we're doing so many different things for podcasts, like people listen to this next week, a very special episode is going to come out.
Yes.
And then the week after that is going to be my first time missing a show. Necessary evil, got to do it, but it's because I'm heading to France. Okay. I'm already mad. I'm already angry at France, and I'll tell you why.
Yeah.
So I bought.
I am too.
I bought this.
What'd you buy?
Which is like
man satchel.
Yeah, it's a man satchel.
Yeah.
You
crossbody bag. Yep,
yeah, it's a crossbody bag. And the reason I bought it
because they got the pickpocketers?
Because they got the pickpocketers. And how can you call yourself a civilized country when you have pickpockets as a massive crime? Like, people tell you if you're going to these countries in Europe, Spain and France specifically, like, watch out for pickpockets. It's not 1820. What the fuck is wrong with these people, man? If you got pickpockets running around, you're not a civilized community. You shouldn't be allowed in the United Nations. That's all I'm saying. You're certainly not a powerhouse.
Well, I feel like, yeah, because I'm thinking, like, because you're right. It's amazing that, like, a place like New York City, for like Times Square, it's amazing that they're not like, when you go to Times Square, watch out for pickpocketers.
Yeah.
Right? I feel like that's not a thing.
No.
But maybe, I have a couple of theories on this. One, maybe, like, that's the only kind of crime that goes on, right? Which I don't agree with, but I'm just saying, like, that's the number one crime. So maybe it's not as common as we think. But my second thing is, I feel like pickpockets, like, that's their spot. They move there to do that if they're good at it, because you get a lot of everybody traveling there.
It's like musical. Musical theater majors moving to New York City.
Yeah,
gotta pickpocket.
Because everybody traveling there, like, you can tell, like, that they're obviously American, like, obviously from another place, right? That's why they tell you to try to blend in also. But, like, if you're traveling to France or Spain or something like that, you obviously come from an economic background that allows you to do that. Whereas, like, you go to New York City, you're seeing A to Z on the spectrum in terms of, like, you might go to pickpocket somebody and you might come out with just a craft single.
They got nothing.
Yeah, they got nothing.
That's what I think, but that's what I appreciate about American crime. If somebody is going to rob you on the street in America, they're going to do it face to face. It's going to be a mugging. It's not going to be some pussy ass pickpocket shit.
Criminals around here have respect.
Goddamn right, baby. Goddamn right. That's the way we used to do it. That's the way we still do it. USA, USA, USA. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're gonna steal something from me, I get that, man. But you got to look me in the eye when you do it. If you just bump into me, like, oh, monsieur, many apologies, and then all of a sudden my watch is gone. What the fuck is wrong with you? You're a child. Pickpocketing is a baby's crime. Babies pickpocket people, dude. That's pickpocketing is for babies.
Hey, I don't know what to tell you, man.
That's
I don't know what to tell you.
bullshit.
That's why I don't go to Europe.
It makes me mad.
That right there.
And our cousin has a story of when she went to Spain, and this was, a while ago, and people were like, hey, watch out for the pickpockets, and she was like, yeah. And when she came back, she was like, yeah, I didn't really have any run-ins with anybody, except for one time I was on the subway, and it felt like somebody maybe like had their hand somewhere. It shouldn't have been. Again, not Michael Jackson style, but she felt like a rustling.
Pickpocket style.
Yeah, pickpocket style. She felt like a rustling, and she looked down, and there was this old woman, and the old woman was looking very guilty. Old ladies are doing the pickpocketing too. Everybody, it's a stupid crime. It's a stupid crime.
Well, I feel like if you live there, like, and that's, you traveling all the time, you're like, fuck all these tourists. So you're like, hey, I'm going to get them. Snipe their wallet. Yeah, I don't know. That's just my guess.
It's a bullshit crime, dude.
Like, they must not be getting caught. Like, that's the thing. You pickpocket somebody, you're not getting caught.
Yeah.
That's you're home free. So.
I mean, it's hard to catch, muggers, too, I imagine. I mean, you can give them the description.
Yeah.
Like, what the chance is actually going to find them, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's also true.
So,
but a mugging is like a little bit more like, you get mugged. You might not even know where you got pickpocketed. You know what I mean? That's the thing about pickpocketing.
Which is fucked up.
It is a craft. I'm not saying that it's a worthy crime, but it's a talent.
That's true.
So you got to respect the game.
Yeah, I mean,
game respect the game. Some may say
getting something off of somebody without them knowing. Yeah, that's a cool skill. I mean, you're basically just a fucking street magician, I guess. But like, it is, it is something cool. But again, if you're committing a crime, commit a goddamn crime, dude. That's all I'm saying.
True. That's
pickpocketing, drive me
pistol whip
nuts.
somebody.
I'm mad.
Yeah,
I'm mad about that, and I'm worried that
you're gonna get pickpocketed. Well, I know, like, we didn't talk about this on the show, but you stick out like a sore thumb. You're the most American-looking American of all time with your cargo shorts and your.
Oh, but I don't wear those anymore, do I? Huh? Because I bought those Tommy Bahamas.
Yeah, those things are serious.
Mom gave me that. I mean, sure you noticed I was wearing those shorts.
Yeah, they were very nice shorts.
Exactly. European, some might say. So I bought 4 more pairs, and that's what I'm wearing.
Okay. I don't know if they're quite European. They still have one side pocket.
They do have the double side pocket still, but at least it's not Velcro like my usual bag.
Yeah.
Which is
So hey,
I still like the cargo shorts. I think they're effective. They make me feel like a skater boy instead of a see you later boy. So, whatever.
I hated that. I didn't want never say that again.
See you later boy. See you later boy.
No,
I don't want to be a see you later boy, all right? I'm trying to be a skater boy, not a see you later boy.
I don't like this at all. Can we wrap up? Can we get out of here? That's going to send me home, Andy.
No, I'm making that the title of the episode now. See you later, boy.
A whole lot of shoots.
Spelled C U L8.
If you make that, I'll tell you right now, if you make that the title, this is the last show we ever record. I'm done.
Listen, you could name the episode that you do while I'm out of town. All right, but this right here, while I'm making a stand, I got to make a stand, Matthew. Because this is going to come out. This is going to be the last one before that's out before I'm over there in C's. I got to make a statement here. All right, I got to let them know.
Title of my episode is going to be Andrew has a micro penis. That's what it's going to be. Yeah, and we're not even going to talk about that. That's just what the title is going to be. I'm only clip that.
Only
make sure that's the title.
Man. Only after getting out of the pool.
Oh, yeah. Well, I will say, for those of you who have made it this far,
you're welcome.
Stay around, go to YouTube, and watch the van segment, or the Who Would Win of the Week that we did in the van, because that's really all we have left from the lost episode of the van.
The Who Would Win of the Week this week is Gravedigger, the most famous monster truck of all time, versus the DeLorean of Back to the Future fame.
So, to preface this, the reason that the Gravedigger comes up from Andrew's brain has nothing to do with the fact that we're in a moving vehicle and everything to do with the fact that we drove past one of the most historic monuments in U.S. history, and that is the Gravedigger's Dungeon. What was it called?
Gravedigger's Dungeon.
He has his own little mini store / theme park / monster truck place.
He's got a compound.
He's got a compound.
We passed the Gravedigger compound, and it was
it looks just like
awesome.
Waco.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's Gravedigger themed.
Loosely based on Waco.
Yeah. But so the DeLorean obviously is from a defense perspective at a huge deficiency, because as anybody who knows anything about the DeLorean knows, the large knock, are we okay? The large knock on the DeLorean is that it's literally made out of like tin. Uh-oh.
No, you're good.
It's just like if you like touch a guardrail, your DeLorean's just folding into millions of pieces. But with the what's it called? The Back to the Future DeLorean, obviously it's a time machine, and it can go pretty fast. It can go at least 88 miles an hour
minimum.
So I think that's going to be its strong suit, right? The Gravedigger doesn't have a ton of speed. It's pretty agile though for how big it is, because it can kind of just roll over on its back. Like, here's the thing, it's going to be impossible in my opinion for the DeLorean to defeat the Gravedigger. This is more so just like, how many rounds can the DeLorean last to get a bigger payday? Like, can the DeLorean stand in there for 12 rounds and just drive in circles without getting crushed by the Gravedigger? That's how I see it.
I do think that the DeLorean has a better chance against the Gravedigger than your average vehicle because of the way the doors are. You know, the way that the gull doors. I'm saying they could really flip the Gravedigger around. If the DeLorean goes on its back, it can get up just the same way.
But that's Andy. That's the problem. Because that's the problem with the DeLorean, is that it's so fragile. Like, if you kick it hard enough, it will break. So it has to not get touched. Because and the situation, I understand what you're saying. If it were to get flipped on its back, but it's so low to the ground, it probably wouldn't get flipped on its back anyway. It would just be getting crushed, because it could probably fit. It definitely can fit under the Gravedigger from a width like sideways. You know what I mean? Like, it could drive in between it. But if the Gravedigger tires even were to come in any sort of contact with the DeLorean, I mean, it's a potato pancake.
But if the DeLorean
slap some butter, some salt, some pepper on that puppy. Call us Polish.
If the DeLorean goes under the Gravedigger and gets the right angle, and gets its doors out at the right time, Gravedigger's up in the air. Could be good. Could be good for the DeLorean.
No, because the DeLorean doors, if you were in the DeLorean and flipped the door up at the Gravedigger, the door would just break off.
I'm saying, I mean, maybe there's an angle though. You don't know the physics, you don't understand physics.
I do. It's like how monsters usually have like one weak point. Like, it could be like their eye or like their underside of their belly or whatever. You're saying the Grave. No, I do agree with you that the Achilles heel of the Gravedigger is probably its underbelly, but
the soft underbelly of the
Gravedigger. But I just don't think the DeLorean has any chance to cause any damage to it. How would it cause damage?
Well, I think it maybe could cause damage. The problem is the Gravedigger can take a beating.
Yeah, whereas causing damage, if the DeLorean's going to cause damage, it's going to be there's going to be more self damage than it is causing damage.
Sure. It's going to have, even to get one lick in, it's going to have to take a lot of punishment.
Yeah, much more punishment than it would actually be dishing out. It's like a headbutt.
Yeah. Nobody wins in a headbutt.
No, nobody wins in a headbutt.
Paul Blart put some respect on my man's name.
Yes.
Shout out to the armed services.
I mean, so just right off the bat, I have to take the Gravedigger.
Yeah, I mean, I do think one rev from the Gravedigger shatters all the windows in the DeLorean right off the bat.
Yeah, I mean, again, I think it's more a question of how long can the DeLorean withstand in terms of, like, can it escape from the grasp of the Gravedigger? But as we know, I mean, the Gravedigger is legend.
Oh yeah, it's legend, it's lore, it's all that wrapped into one. It's a mythical beast of the Cryptozoic age. It's a modern Cryptozoid.
I don't even know what that means. Vote on that on Friday on Instagram. That's a clean sweep for the Gravedigger versus the DeLorean.
Yeah, I was never going to root against a Gravedigger. You
can't. Yeah, no, I agree. I agree.
Gravedigger versus
Apollo 11. Honorable mention.
Wow. Honorable mention. That's a good one.
It's still taking. Wait, did Apollo 11 make it? Which one? Apollo 13?
Apollo 13 had the problem.
Yeah, it's Gravedigger versus Apollo 13.
Oh, it'd crush it. Gary Sinise wouldn't know what hit him.
Oh, yeah.
Lieutenant Dan, that'd be his second roll with no legs. You know what I'm saying? Gravedigger, take him right out. Wouldn't be the first time.
But it was a great time. Great vacation. Happened to be home. Been busy all day, doing the thing. Gonna relax. Gonna cook up some food. Nice. Gonna relax. Also, obviously, this goes without saying. Shout out to the troops. It's Memorial Day. Well, tomorrow's Memorial Day. Shout out to the troops. Are you currently wetting yourself, Andy?
Yes,
you should be.
If you're not pissing your pants right now, then you don't respect the troops. You don't
You're
respect
anti-American.
Armed forces. That's right.
Yeah.
You might as well be a pickpocket.
You are. Yeah, you're Hamas.
That's what I'm gonna do. That's what I'm gonna do when somebody tries to pickpocket me. I'm just gonna start peeing and singing the national anthem.
Yeah. Oh, say, can you see?
I have to do that when I pee. It comes out thick.
I was going to say, why do you have to push so hard?
It comes out. Hey, what can I say, man? It comes out thick. Maybe that'll be the episode title. I'm just kidding. It's See You Later Boy. Everybody already knows it's See You Later Boy. Everybody already clicked on See You Later Boy, dude.
Andy. Well, on that note, I really got not much else.
Yeah. Did you mow your lawn or anything today?
Yeah, I did, and now I'm in a there's a lot of I need a new lawnmower. Like, I never bought a lawnmower. I've been using a borrowed lawnmower, we'll say. And my yard is just too large, and there's too much grass, and I need to upgrade my lawnmower sooner rather than later because I'm fighting it. I'm fighting my lawn.
Well, I was thinking about it.
And it's just like, I did get it cut. Yeah, it took a long time because I cut the front. Cutting the front was no problem. I cut like the first half of the back. That was okay. And then I started cutting the second half of the back. I got to sneeze. And I was cutting it a little higher because it was a little longer back there. So I was cutting a little higher, tried to make it easy on myself. And it was not. Ended up stopping because it's the lawnmower that I've been using is an electric lawnmower. And I got nothing wrong. I know you actually have the same lawnmower, I think, which it's great for the right spot. It's not great for my spot. And it takes like 6 batteries fully charged to cut my lawn.
That's crazy.
And if it's really long, like, it takes even more because it like gets caught up, and then I gotta it's Andy, it is painful to do. So I stopped, threw the batteries all back on charge, went, got a bite, came back, tried to fire it up again, got the rest of it cut like to that higher level, but I wanted to hit it again and bring it all down to the same. But I had already probably spent 3 hours, 2.5 hours to 3 hours between cutting, and then I edged and weed whacked the whole front on my trees, on my on my lines. And so I'm like, you know what? This is just. So I'm not happy with the cut today. But it is cut.
Yeah, man. I was thinking about you because I cut my lawn today as well, and it's so
you were happy
easy.
with the cut?
It's so easy for me to do it. Like, it doesn't even. I don't even know if it takes half of one of those batteries, dude. Like, I think I could mow my whole lawn and then take the same battery out of the lawnmower, toss it on the weed whacker, and still finish the entire job. And
yeah, well, the weed whacker, and like I'll weed whack and then I'll leaf blow, make sure everything's tip top. That I could use like half. I think it's the lawnmower though. That's the thing. Like, I think the lawnmower just
takes a lot
eats
of
these
juice.
batteries.
It takes a lot of juice.
Yeah. And it's driving me nuts. It's driving me bananas. It's driving me up the wall.
Yeah, that is tough, dude. I was literally doing my lawn, and it was getting a little tedious for me. And I was like, Jesus Christ, if it took me 2 hours to mow my lawn the way that Matthew has to do it, like, I would spend the remaining time outside underneath the lawnmower. You know what I'm saying? I put that auto, whatever it is, and I just cowboy.
You
take
got an
me
auto?
away. Well, you know how it's not the auto, but you know how it like self-propelling. That's what it is. I put that
But
self-propelling.
you gotta hold it. If you're not holding it,
I'll tie it. I'll tie a string.
Oh, you tie it. Okay, bungee cord it.
Yeah, I'll bungee cord it because I'm a real man. I got bungee cords now.
Yeah.
I'm a homeowner.
So I don't know. Next week, I think I'm gonna have to take a serious look in the mirror, go out there, and get a new lawnmower.
Yeah, you just got to do it.
Yeah, I'll be better off for it. Yeah. In the end, I'll be better off for it, Andy.
That's right.
Any closing notes for the people?
Love yourself, love each other, and love the one you're with.
And the troops.
Andy,
I love you.
I love you too. Let's get out of here. Thanks, folks.